Mic check, mic check. Hey, Sushi, what's up?
Crystal clear. GM, Irashaimase. Welcome to the OMAKASE show. TC, it's been a minute. Last week we had a break. I'm good, man. How you living?
Wow, had an intense week. I would say productive, at the same time inspiring. I wouldn't say that I'm overwhelmed, but then I talk too much until to a point that I don't even want to listen to my voice anymore.
Yeah, how was the event? Tell us. Last week was crazy.
Uh-huh.
Too many events. Oh, of course, it was also TC's birthday, so everybody wished TC happy birthday. Yeah,
Thank you.
do
Thank you
some
so
bug
much.
beef. Yeah, happy birthday,
Yeah,
man. How was it? How was
thanks,
last
bro.
week? How was last week?
It was insane because a lot happening. I tried to, plan ahead, selective when it comes to events because I know that, I'm not young anymore, and since I'm not drinking, so I need to really prepare my, body, my energy. I'm always there to bring in the good vibes. So it was really inspiring, inspiring to a point that I've been seeing everyone for different occasions, meet them in so where should I actually start? Maybe on my
Yeah, yeah,
birthday.
do it.
So I didn't celebrate with my wife, as a mini celebration with her a couple of days before the main day. So I started my day, going to the GM show. So everyone here probably heard me saying this a lot, show, and allowed to be there, watching the GM show live. It's a whole different experience. It's not just because you get to see Ray, Karen, Casey, all these legends, but I think it's the dynamics. It's a closed door, that kind of vibe, so not a lot of audiences. You feel that you are pretty, the speakers, and it's crazy that Frank and Calvin from D Gods are also there, which is a big surprise. And obviously, Mr. Singapore, um, Abe, founder of BBRC Nelson, is also there as well. I started my day with all these wisdom, and after that, went to like a casual lunch with the builder. After that, we went to the exhibition of CloneX, which I'll go into deeper later. Um, and ended up with you know CloneX dinner. I think there's more than 100 holders during the dinner. I met Nana. I met Dita. I know it's strange when it's come to Twitter handles, but that's how we call ourselves. And I met as well. It's amazing how we have our name tags on our chest, and you never really look into the face, but you look into all these name tags on the chest, and you were like, "Hey, you the guy, right? You're the guy we met online." But we don't feel awkward because I think that's the beauty of Web3. I'm probably quite scared to meet someone I met on LinkedIn. Despite that I'm super doxed, but when it comes to IRL events and to meet the community members, belongs into the same community, it's just next level, man. I mean, why aren't you in Singapore? I miss you, man.
Yeah, I miss you too. I had a nice weekend. Yeah, celebrating our seventh anniversary with my wife. Just had a chill dinner, but yeah, I chose my wife over you guys, obviously. But man, super FOMO on the event. Can you also talk about the CloneX event in Singapore, man? Hosted by Beetle, you met Tommy. How was that? And seeing the CIRLs in person, right? Like, how
Yeah.
was that?
Take this opportunity. Shout out to Tommy, Regis, Beetle, obviously the mastermind behind the exhibition that has been running through 12 to 16th, around 45 days. They have been there consistently, from like every day from 12 p.m. To 6:30 p.m. So it's insane how It attracted different communities, whether it's Web 2 or Web 3, the artist community, and also people coming all the way for Token 2049. They came in, so like this exhibition is amazing because it's nicely curated, divided into three different parts. When you went in, you definitely see the Rimowa suitcases, all these physical collectibles. That artifact has been working with the big brands, and getting to see the pair of CILLs are amazing. The reason is hooked up Beto already. I will be buying a pair from him, and I will be meeting him up tomorrow for coffee, and also getting that the pair of CRLs, and I'm getting a pair of he's offering me a good deal, but anyways, jokes aside, no, that's not a joke. I'm really getting it. But it's the experience in general. Beto having this live demonstrations showing how the phone with the app connected, with the shoes, playing with the lights, playing with the auto lacing. And getting to see the crowd's reaction, they were like, "Whoa, damn!" That's the reaction that we wanted to see, and it's hardly to be seen when we are always on Twitter, on Discord. So this week, meeting people is just amazing. Everyone came to me and they just told me, dude, I don't even feel that it's a bear market, right? So I think like all these kind of IRL events really help to boost energy. But at the same time, obviously, everything came into it could be quite intense. And given that a lot of builders and founders, they came all the way from Korea, which they have already started their week in Korea, or even in Bali way earlier on. Um, but getting to this exhibition, seeing all this digital collectibles, and also having an area where we showcase different creators, art pieces, like we have Mr. Zhang, we have Regis, we have Yuka, a lot more. Um, it's amazing how Beetle created a whole space where we can experience the artifact ecosystem, but at the same time giving a stage to showcase all these amazing pieces from the creators, which definitely deserve a shout out. And yeah, hey Beetle, you up here? Am I
Yeah,
am I not
Beatles
doing a
here,
great
man.
GM.
job on
What's
presenting
up,
the show
Beetle?
again? So you come
Hey
in
TC,
here.
hey
Hey,
Sushi.
what up?
What's up,
Yeah, I
Beat?
just wanted to come say hi because I think the artifact ecosystem is pretty exciting. I met Tanya the last Token 2049 in Singapore. That's how we connected. And then I actually spoke with Anna like super early on, before CloneX even minted, I think. So that was how long back we spoke. So I think it's very interesting to see this the growth of the artifact ecosystem. And yeah, the event was super exciting. TC, why don't you tell them about the DNA blade pins?
Oh yes, oh yes. So when it comes to oh yeah, Sushi, don't worry, I got you one. So thank you for CloneX SG and Beto have a today. Tonight we're gonna give away um pins and also the coaster, which is the CloneX World Tour merch. We'll be giving away some for our future shows as well until it runs out. So kudos to Beetle, to the SG team. And hey Beetle, you should share, the gacha game, the machine that you created for the experience that linked to the minting experience that, some aunties came in from WAP 2 aunties. Beetle is a really good, guide, taking good care of the aunties. But the thing is like Beetle explanation and the guide is just blew my mind. So Beetle, you should do it one more time in the show.
Yeah, all right. I won't steal too much limelight tonight. I'll just share a bit more about the DNA blade pins. So, for those who have minted the CloneX mint vials and the experience of opening the mint vial, it's very exciting because you never know which DNA you're getting. And I think with this DNA blade pins that we're giving out to holders and non-holders at our event, it was a very, very nice gift because first of all, we're trying to create a blind box experience. So with this pin, you open the box itself is AR ready with the Clone World Tour logo on the outside, and you kind of like see people opening up the box and seeing what they get. And it's funny because some of them is like, give me one try, and they're drawing humans after humans. So it's almost the same experience when you mint the CloneX Minval, and sometimes you just get human after human. It's not the best experience, but it's gacha. It's that fun of like you never know what you'll get. So we kind of want to create that experience for holders and non-holders alike to collect this DNA blade pin. So yeah, Tommy really helped us to make it happen, and we sent some over to LA as well. So I think all CloneX holders will definitely appreciate the gift, and even non-holders kind of appreciate like this gacha moment, because what happens is that we explain to these newcomers, okay, this is the DNA blade pins, and this is CloneX, and they themselves go through the experience of, oh, it's like actually such an experience when you open and review your CloneX. So hopefully one day we have more things to review with our capsules or something. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. It's amazing how it's. I don't feel it's hard to explain it to the audiences and participants coming into exhibition, because when it comes to NFTs, normally you feel that like, wow, it's in the metaverse, it's Web3. You feel that it's so far away, but having all these physical products, items that are showcasing, which actually helps to join all the dots. And there's also one thing to address is kudos to Tommy and also Beto, having all these outfits of the different DNAs of season one. Taste. So pretty much every the other day there will be different fits. So the participants coming in, they can see, wow, that's the DNA for the hoodie. That's the pair of Murakami socks. So I would say it's a very uh very comprehensive. At the same time, it's not overwhelming. So I'm still, I miss all these moments, which was just last week. But yeah, it was amazing. So thank you, Vito, for share your thoughts, the creative process, and also the generosity to giving out the pins. So right after, later, I'll be sharing how you guys and also the coaster. So Sushi, actually, apart from the CloneX SG World Tour, there's the next stop, which is the CloneX LA, which clones entering into the SneakerCon milestone. Have you seen all those highlights appearing on timeline? Are you not FOMO, bro?
Dude, I'm super FOMO. And Beetle, great job. I wanted to say again, great work on was a major milestone as well for the artifact community and project. They had the event from 16 to 17, so the weekend as well. And I hear Artifact had the biggest booth or something, and it was the center of attention, so it was pretty crazy. They showcased the Air Force Ones, which I believe are coming in October and like next month. So for those of you who forged, man, it's gonna be a crazy time as well. Next month, man, like September, October. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy time, and it's good to be a clone. And of course, they also had the CloneX night. I believe Cass
Hey, bro.
also. Yeah. Oh, Cass is also here. Yeah, he probably knows more
Exactly.
about
Hey,
this. Yeah.
Cass,
I was going to talk about the
welcome to the
chicken
show.
tenders. I saw you ate a ton of chicken. Yeah, chicken tenders. But go for it, Cass. How was it? And great job again for the event. Such a dope event. Cass,
First,
what's up?
I gotta say that I don't eat chicken tenders. I only eat high quality sashimi and nigiri. Since it's
Let's go.
the OMAKASE show,
Let's
I
go.
gotta come
Let's
correct.
go.
Uh,
Sushi for
but no,
life.
yes, and I mean, shout out to you guys in the Singapore group. I think that's the best part about this past week is that it was all done within a week. So Beetle and Regis were absolute troopers, and same with Tommy, basically just crushing through the stuff. And then Tommy flew back over to hang out with us in LA, and yeah, it was just cool to see like a full week of kind of like event FOMO where I saw all your guys' meetups and the gallery, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna ignore these posts for the next 5 days. But yeah, it's just different once you like actually meet people in person because you start to realize it's not like just a picture on the internet that tweets sometimes. Like you're like, oh wow, this is like a real human that has like similar interests as me. We could like hang out or something. So luckily we've kind of gotten past that phase in the Anaheim and LA group, and a lot of us are just friends at this point, and so it was really cool to see obviously a bunch of people rolling deep in artifact drip and onboarding and talking shoes because there's a lot of people interested in the AF1s, especially when it's like sneaker buyers that you tell them they can't buy it. You get a little frustrated and they're like, no, but like I'll buy it right now, and I'm like, no, dude, like you're gonna have to wait until next month and then find somebody who has them, and good luck. So yeah, it was definitely a fun weekend, but the start of what I would say is this Clone World Tour that we're working on.
That's dope, Cass, and also great work on the CloneX Awards as well. The first CloneX Awards that was live streamed. I watched it on YouTube. It was, and you had a lot of energy. Yeah. Can we also talk about a little bit about that? What are because I know there were many winners right from the community. What did they win? They didn't win the Murakami Pill. I know Compounded and the rest, but how about the others? What are they getting?
Ooh, that's such a good question. And for those who didn't see the YouTube video, if you want to go check it out, it's on the main artifact page. And these people we are highlighting is just a very diverse group of people who represent like what is the artifactor clone community, and so their prize is definitely going to be fun. There's a digital prize I don't think they'll be too surprised about, but there is a physical one that I am not going to say a single word on because y'all gonna get me excited and I don't want to say anything. So I'm just gonna sit back and let it be a proper surprise, like we like to do sometimes. And the winners have been they've been contacted, and they'll see soon enough. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's too
All
early,
right.
bro. It's too early. I'm
It's
feeling saucy at like 7 in the morning.
I could tell by the voice, man. Thank you, and thanks for hosting, and as well,
Hey, I woke up
congrats
at
to the
3 in the
winners.
morning. I woke up at 3 in the morning for Kessler's space.
Yo,
I don't
Beetle.
sleep. I never sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not as good as Beetle, so I need to prepare myself next time. I've slowly gotten better at joining these spaces. I think the first time y'all started, I saw it and I was like 6:30. I was like, oh nah, not happening. And then by like month 2, I was like barely awake. Now I'm like actually able to talk on the spaces. So you guys have officially adjusted my time zone just so I can have OMAKASE with clones in the morning.
good to have you here. Thanks for waking up. So TC, I think we've already talked a bit about last week. We also have our special guest today. Shall we go move to the next segment?
Yep. And before we get into our first segment, please like and retweet the space so that more people can join us. Amazing stories from our guest speakers tonight. Since we'll also be giving away one sleek card and 2 Clone World Tour merch to the 3 of our audiences tonight. So to participate, tweet and comment, why are you still bullish on NFTs? And in our weekly show, we are so happy to showcase different artists, creators, and builders in the space. And in our first segment, we are excited to welcome Tanya, the co-founder of Sleek, and also an old friend of mine, to the OMAKASE show. So without further ado, please give Tanya a round of applause and welcome her to the show. Hey.
Hello,
Hi,
mic
Tanya.
check.
How are
Can
you?
you hear? You guys can hear me, right?
Nice and
Crystal
loud.
clear.
Nice. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I'm currently in India.
You are everywhere. You were in Singapore last week, you were in Korea 2 weeks ago, and probably a month ago you were in the moon. So how's everything so far? I saw you having some good food, having some good time, but of course you got a conference to attend. Is it a conference to attend in India?
Yeah, it's a Solana hacker house. So we partner with Solana for all the hacker house to help with like the networking experience. So this is one of the last one of the year. And like actually India is a huge market with a lot of devs and like students super enthusiastic about Web3. So it's a truly eye-opening experience, and it's my first time here in Mumbai.
Wow, hearing you saying eye-opening is crazy because you have been everywhere. So if you're able to, like have this sort of experience, it's gonna be amazing. So yeah, let's start. Briefly introduce yourself. We know that you're currently in India. Perhaps you can also let us know where you're based and your background before co-founding Sleek.
Yeah. Hi everyone. GM. I'm Tanya, co-founder of Sleek. I'm based in Hong Kong, but spend half of the time traveling to everywhere, basically, everywhere where there are like Web3 builders and events and conferences. Yeah, so before founding Sleek, I was actually in TradFi and Morgan Stanley doing boring investment banking stuff. Doing a lot of like back then Chinese tech company going to IPO in US. So it was a good time, but yeah, I'm super excited right now to share more about Sleek and what we have been up to.
Right, since you are always traveling, right? So if you really have the opportunity to touch grass or to chill, so what you gonna do? Like, what's your interests and hobbies? Are you still traveling?
Yeah. I mean, like I mean, when it's funny how like TC, you mentioned you are not drinking anymore because I remember last time in Hong Kong we were drinking a lot.
Oh my God. Don't even get us started. Yeah, good trip.
Anyways, like yeah,
Yeah.
like I think like Hong Kong is such a special place because in the summer you can go into the sea. So I used to do a lot of like wake surfing in the summer, and in the winter we usually go hiking because like the weather is nice, and like Hong Kong has a lot of mountains as well. So yeah, that's what I do basically, trying to go outside, like away from keyboard, away from your phone to just like enjoy nature.
Yep. So just now you shared that before you enter Web3 building Sleek, you were in Morgan Stanley. About your journey into the Web3 space. So what draw your attention and how you set your footsteps into Web3?
It's actually a funny story because most people got into Web3 with starting from like buying something or collecting some digital item, right? I actually bought a cat, like a physical cat, on Instagram, and the cat breeder onboarded me into crypto because transferring money to like a European bank, like it took really long and you cost a lot of money, and like a bank will call you and ask like, why are you transferring money so far away? And then the cat breeder was like, why don't you wire me USDC? I was like, what the fuck is USDC? um and then the cat breeder actually taught me how to download like Binance, like on ramp, and wire him like 3,000 USDT for a cat. And I thought like my mom thought I was crazy, and then I would get rocked, right? Like, and then 2 months after, the cat actually arrived, and right now my cat's Instagram, which I didn't post any, like I kind of gave up, but her IG handle is Nala, the real crypto kitty, because she is the actual cat, and I bought her with crypto.
OMG. You're the Gen. Oh,
Yeah.
that's experience. Wow. It's crazier to
Yeah.
get, like buy pizza with cryptos. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
But after like getting into like after like the cat breeder onboarded me to the world of crypto, because I wasn't TradFi, like I wasn't allowed to trade anything. So when I saw you can trade all kind of meme coins and NFTs in this world where I am allowed to trade, I just went wild. Spend hours in Discord, like wondering what everyone's doing. I remember I was like modding in the office like for free and like just learning what's going on. And back then I actually started I saw a lot of NFTs on ETH, but then I was like, wow, I remember the first few NFTs that I was interested was like the RTFKT sneakers with the Walshes. That was a while ago. And then I was like, wow, the gas fee is like even more expensive than the NFT itself. And so I dabbled into Solana and then I was like, wow, these NFTs are really cheap to mint. And at the beginning, a lot of them were free mint. So that's how I started. That's how I started to talk to a lot of founders in the space. And then that's how actually before Sleek, we actually started from a metaverse platform called Chapter X because we spent so much time talking to people. And if anyone here remember when Facebook changed the name to Meta and like metaverse was the shit. Everyone was talking about it. Every NFT project's roadmap has metaverse in it. And I guess that's kind of linked to why I have a CloneX PFP.
Right. Because like we noticed you're also repping the CloneX PFP, and what aspects in particular that drew your attention? Is it the sneakers, the art from Takashi Murakami, or artifact as a whole? Do you appreciate, or like what do you feel bullish about?
Yeah, back then, like the first time I encountered with Artifact was with the sneakers, right? But then I think when CloneX came out, I really wanted it, but it was so expensive. But then as we started to build a metaverse, like we spent a lot of time thinking about like avatars, like 3D objects in the metaverse, and I started to look into like phygital things. And back then there were not that many projects that built like this avatar system, like this metaverse pods to the extent that Artifact did. And obviously the Nike acquisition was like a big one that I was very bullish on, that if anyone in the space are gonna bring mass adoption, like Nike definitely is one of them. So yeah, like so that I went in and then I remember like another reason was like people were speculating you can get the avatar, right? That back then, like people, like they still haven't announced it, but people were speculating, and I was like, if we are building a metaverse company, like we definitely need to be part of the Artifact community where everyone is like super bullish about digital, like the metaverse spaces and stuff like that. So yeah, and then when I got the 3D files, I remember I messaged TC. I was like, TC, how do you learn Blender so quickly? It's so hard to deal with. But yeah, and then yeah, the rest was history. But yeah, still super bullish. I think it's the only community, like one of the very few NFT project that is still trying to partner with brands and physical like experience with the crypto kicks, right? Even though fall prices, I don't even want to check, but I still think in the long run, like if metaverse would become like reality, which I still think it would, then I think Artifact would be the one for the history book.
Yeah, and kudos to the art making it easy for everyone to learn. And so yeah, you shared about your background, how you entered into NFTs, Web3, and now starting your own company. So what motivated you to start Sleek?
Yeah, so for people who have never heard of Sleek, like we are a Web3 like networking social platform started with the Sleek card. The card allow you to print your NFT on it, but also kind of display your NFTs when you meet people in real life. And we built a Telegram bot that do all the contact management and like getting airdrops and stuff like that. But as many of us here would know, when you go to in real life event, you actually recognize your online friends by their avatar or their PFP or their Twitter name, right? A lot of the time, like when after people meet each other first time, like you have no idea how each people look, how other look like. And I went to a lot of events, like feeling like, as Asian, not as like, outgoing and like kind of shy sometimes. The card like is a way to empower me and all the users, help them to feel confident. And even I have heard stories from our users telling us like when they go to in real life event for the first time, when they join a community meetup, no one knows who he is, right? But then when they saw the card he's wearing, they were like, "Oh my god, you were that person, like the green monkey," or like that, like had a, it really helps people to start a conversation, exchange contact, and at the end of the day to build a better network for yourself, because everyone here is here to build something for themselves and open more doors. And that's what Sleek stands for. We want to build a more open and transparent world where everyone here can find the opportunities to become better and build great things.
Yeah, I could totally resonate because one of the events, the CloneX community dinner, I wanted to meet this friend I met online. His name is called Dida on Twitter. So he's also a CloneX holder, obviously. So he was texting me, "Hey TC, where are you?" I was like, "Hey, I'm the one wearing black t-shirt." And he was like, "Shut the fuck up, everyone." Everyone was wearing the black t-shirt. I was like, "Oh, right. I didn't recognize." So yeah, definitely ring a bell. So it's just funny that it reminded me the story, and I believe this is the business model and everything that caught a lot of attention, and it really have real life utilities onto that. So what were the initial challenges you faced while you built your project?
Yeah, I think like at the beginning, like things were very not scalable. You feel like, oh my god, every time you're trying to find a customer. We actually built from like, I remember at the beginning we had 2 users and now we actually hit 10K users. It feels kind of unreal. And at the beginning, like whenever we kind of show people how it works in real life, like it always doesn't work. And every time I feel like so like nerve wracking that, oh my god, it doesn't work again. Oh my god, this is breaking. Oh, there's so much bugs. And it's really like because the nature of our product, we started from offline instead of most projects started online, right? So every interaction, every time we showcase our product is face to face. And it was like actually very difficult at the beginning. But then we actually onboard every single customers one by one. And at the beginning, when we have like 100, I remember every single one's name. So that was like really tough because like we need to go to so many conferences and events and like just ask around, like, do you want to try use it? Like, look at my card and stuff like that. And we even till today, we're still traveling with our printer and our luggage, and like sometimes we got stopped by like the customers saying, what the fuck is this? And then like we bring like so many cards, they're like, are you smuggling something? And we're like, no, these are just cards. But yeah, like it's really built like doing things that don't scale at the beginning that was really difficult, and I feel like, oh my god, this is never ending. Like I have to do this for the rest of my life? But like I think like the good thing of doing things that don't scale at the beginning and like really winning your customers' heart, and building this diehard fans community, like group who give you feedback, who refer friends, is like the most rewarding and important thing of like starting a startup.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of that, I believe most of your clients or potential customers Web3 spectrum. Do you actually find Web3 companies and projects are more receptive and open to partnerships with startups?
For sure. Like I think like that is like literally the culture, right? It's a big culture in Web3. It's all about like interoperability, decentralization, and partnering with each other and building on top or together so that we can build a bigger and better pie. And I cannot imagine like in Web2, like can you just DM someone on Twitter and they will do something with you to like next week, right? But like in Web3, that's 100% possible.
Yes, gotcha. So during the Tokyo Week in Singapore, as I mentioned earlier in the space, right, like the statement I heard most was, "I don't feel like it's a bear market." Do you actually share the same sentiment at these festivals and major events that you attend?
I actually think I remember like 2021 when it was bull market, like a lot of random web 2 companies like hosting events, or people from web 2 coming to this event have no idea what web 3 is. I feel like that was the bull market when there are like so many people who have no idea what's going on, what is web 3, what is blockchain, join these like big conferences. And I really remember during the bull market, like Deloitte or all these like big web 2 company like have a booth and even say like, oh, I'm into the metaverse. I feel like that was bull market. And then now, compared to bear, like right now, I think in the bear market, um it doesn't feel like bear market because there are still events, there's still people, but I feel like the type of people attending are mostly like OGs, right? People who are still building for years, and less like retail people coming to explore and find out what's going on. I think that's the difference. But yeah, like super excited to see we have still so many builders in the space and staying.
Well, that's a very different perspective from, like for us always on Twitter, like behind the screen, we are just feeling that, oh yeah, flippers are not around, but obviously there. But when it comes to RL events, going to these conventions, you can see the differences between not a lot of retail people coming in. So what actually I wanted to it's like you are like a frequent traveler and attending all these different RL meetups and conventions. Do you feel numb going to these events? Like, how do you approach these events? Because like for me, right, it's like 2049. It was like last year until I have this like RL event, and it's gonna be like super excited, very pumped, and try to go into all happenings ASAP as much as possible. So how do you approach to all these events which you are regular to all these events?
I think like everyone goes through a phase, right? When you first started to go to in real life events, you're like, oh, and I need to sign up to everything. I'm like super FOMO, free drinks everywhere. And then slowly you become like, oh, I cannot go to most of those. I will only go to the quality one. And then like eventually you don't even go anymore. But I think like for us, like because we have a very clear goal, because most of the time we are partnering with the event organizer, or like we are there to do something. I think if you don't have a goal and you just go to these events like to float around, like you get burned out really easily, and you don't feel like you have done much right after all these events. So I think like picking the right event and like knowing what you want to get out of is like meeting certain like artists, or meeting like builders, or is it like you just want free drinks, which is okay too, but like knowing that you have a goal and like knowing like what you're in for, I think is so important, and picking the right event.
100%, and try not to drink while you're at events, just like me. I mean, you feel that like with that event, you forgot drinking, right? If the event is like, wow, boring as fuck, you just keep drinking, binge drinking to a point that you start misbehave, and that's what I normally did in all these events. So thank God I'm clean right now. but but yeah, I met you at the art party last week in Singapore, and holders received a sleek card as a gift from the project as a token of appreciation. The quality of the cards was highly praised. I pinned it up on the chat above so you guys can click in and see the quality. Sorry, the picture might be a bit blurred, but it's amazing. How did it feel to see your products be received?
Yeah, super excited. Actually, it's the first time that we have done a collection of metal card. So it's like super rare. So if you have one like PC, it's like super super rare, and like don't lose it. And it's super heavy. Yeah, so like very happy for the results, and like was just feel very rewarding to see people like our product, and like hyped about it.
Yeah. When I was like holding this card, I was like, wow, it's it's very substantial, and it's not just the perceived value with the packaging very nicely, packed. It's like when you hold it, do it even more. So I was like holding this card. I was taking pictures, You saw me taking pictures for like 5 to 10 minutes, keep shilling to like my stellar friends from the arc, and that's whether they have it or not. Like I'm proud. I'm proud of having this gift, and it's such a quality product. Um, so, what advice do you have for Web3 brand builders like yourself that is also looking to gain more attention, explore partnership, or even raising funds?
Yeah, I think like two advice that I have. Number one is like ask yourself why are you building what you're building or what you're doing, right? Like most of the time, if you don't know why are you here, like you won't get very far. So for us, like it's all about connections. Like it's all about I think like building your own network and building genuine relationships with others just opens so many doors that you don't even perceive. And like art the community was like such a good example. um because we met Gabe, because I remember I met TC in the group as well in Hong Kong, because like this is such a group of genuine believer of Web3 and enthusiasts, and we spend time hanging out and just like be yourself, right? Like just be genuine and be helpful. And like you will open a lot of doors. So yeah, like Seek is all about like helping you to be more confident, meet more people, and just make friends. And I think like that's super important. I think like I don't like to use the word networking, but I think it's all about like connecting with people, and build a genuine relationships. That's super important. And
Hey,
I think like
Tana.
that's where like in terms of partnership or raising fund, like the same. Like if you meet the right people, you will open the right door.
Yeah, connecting is what we really need to embrace, especially in Web3. Going through your product catalog, there's like three main tiers of cards. Could you briefly explain the differences, and are there any specific types of cards that are suitable for our audiences here? Because since we have this discount code, thank you to the team, thank you, Tanya, that we're gonna send it out right after the show. So if we choose between all these cards, like what should we think of? How should we
Yeah.
start?
Like the prism card, like the first one is a shiny one that you always see on the Twitter, is the one that like people get in when like we print out in real life or in real like all the events, right? So that's for someone who like being shiny. And then the premium card is the matte finishing. Actually, same as the basic. Basic and premium are both matte finishing. You can customize the background. And the difference between the premium and basic is premium has the remove background feature, and the basic card is more like a bit more professional. So a bit more like a business card. Yeah, and then like just FYI, like Alpha, like we are launching a few different new product line that is not a card, and it will be like it's all about like customizing your NFT on different items. So yeah, like stay. I love that. Yeah, so like just like follow us on Twitter and like get updates. Like we'll have new product coming soon that is like super cool. And like a good like kind of um link to the next session with artists, right? We're actually working with a few artists to do collectible, because one thing we realized is like we have a group of people who just like to collect sleek card and never use it, and they never even go to events, but they hang up like they put up like different NFTs on the sleek card and just like show it off to themselves and like appreciate it. So we are starting to work with like one artist to launch like limited edition collectible sleek card. Um Almost like your Pokemon or like sports basketball cards, but with artists. So yeah, stay tuned for what is coming. And the free sleek card giveaway.
Yeah, for the sleek cut giveaway, would you let us know which tier would it be? Gonna be
It would be
a blind mint.
it's gonna be the expensive, the premium card, the matte finishing one.
Hey yo! Wow.
Woo!
Good. Well, thank you very much. I thought it's gonna be. I mean, even the basic one would be nice. Like, comment, retweet for the comment. Let us know why you're still bullish on NFTs. Win that luxury card from Sleek. You would never regret. It's collectible. Wow, amazing. Thank you. Okay, so regarding your future plans, I don't think you're going back home, right? You're going back Hong Kong after your India trip, and after that, would you be anywhere else for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think like I'm not sure how many of you guys will be heading to 8 Fest, but since 8 Fest is happening in Hong Kong, which is our hometown, we're gonna have some fun and surprise activation there. But yeah, like mostly next one I'm going to Amsterdam for Solana Breakpoint, which is like the flagship conference of Solana. But yeah, AFest and Solana Breakpoint are the next two big event, and then hopefully I can go like hibernate and sleep during Christmas, and not go to any events until next year.
Right. Safe travels back in Hong Kong for 8 Fest. I will see you at your event. And thank you, Tanya. I mean, always admire your energy and the positivity. It's really inspiring to see how you're not only attending all these major events, but also actively contributing and supporting different communities and networking that you mentioned. And I hope to see you in Hong Kong very, very soon. And once again, thank you for being a big part of the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's move to our next segment, and I will pass the mic to my brother.
Let's go. Thank you, Tanya, for coming here. And when Sushinigami card. But before we go to the next segment, I wanted to ask one question. How do I get a hold of a Sleek card? Like, can you tell us the process? Do we have to connect the wallet to your website?
Oh,
How
yeah.
much is it? Yeah. Can you share a little bit about that before we move on? Because I'm
Yeah,
genuinely
for sure.
FOMOing on TC card. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
You just go to like you either go to Twitter and go to our bio to click into the link, or it's shop.sosleek.io, and you go on and then you go to the shop and you just pick whatever card you want, right? Like Prism or Premium or Basic. Right now we don't need to connect wallet because we want to make it as low friction as possible. But later on for sure. But yeah, you can upload anything. You can upload your avatar. You can upload your selfie. I've seen so many people printing their AI avatar. You can even upload your dog or your omakase sushi. But yeah, like you just customize with it. We have this remove background feature, which is really nice and perfect for NFT. And you can type in all the stuff that you want to print on the card, and ta-da! Within like a minute, like you can get it customized, and it will be shipped globally, most of the places, within like 7 to 10 business day, and you can use it.
Awesome. I'll check it out for sure, and hopefully get the basic one maybe, or the expensive one. But thank you, Tanya, thank you so much for being in OMAKASE, and have a great time in India. Good luck for your event over there, and have fun. Eat
Thank
some
you.
curd. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
Tanya. See ya. All right. Thank you, Tanya. And now we also moving on to our next segment, which is the artist talk. And we got some legendary artists in the Omakase show. Please welcome Roger House and Anna Dart.
Hello, GM.
GM Anna, GM Roger. How you guys doing? I love that energy. What's up? What's up? Welcome to our show. Thank you so much for joining in. We're excited to have you here, and we wanted to chat more about AI art and what you guys are doing. But before we move into the details, Roger and Anna, can you also please introduce yourself for those that don't know you yet? Where are you guys based from? Who are you in Web3? What did you do before Web3? And how did you get into NFTs? I know that's kind of a handful, but yeah, maybe we can start with ladies first. Anna?
Hello. Thank
Hi,
you. Thank you so
Anna.
much for the invitation to come on stage and join you. It's super fun. All right.
Yeah.
I will start with the introduction then. Well, first, I hope everyone is feeling really good today, healthy, beautiful, wherever you are. I'm Anna Dard. I'm an artist, curator. I've been a professional traditional artist, painter for the last 11 years, working with different galleries, museums. I also did performing arts studies, which has always been my passion and dream. And eventually, there was no moment when I understood. It was like a click in my mind. This is the time in this transitional period of time. I need to go with the time and leap in the digital art space. And I joined the board of Exquisite Workers in 2020, which was founded originally by Roger House. And together we explore the world of digital art with hundreds of artists worldwide, NFTs, and eventually AI art as well. So yeah, I was a position in the space as very active, both as an artist and both as a curator, and yeah, patron of the creators. Really, really enjoy daily the arts that we see here in space.
Cool, Anna. Thanks for sharing a little bit about yourself. And of course, we got the legendary Roger House. How you doing, Roger? Can you share us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, GM, happy birthday, Tino.
GM.
I'm sorry everyone because I'll speak in Spanish because my English is a bit bad. So Ana, translate me. So
Cool.
me llamo Roger House, soy de Barcelona y llevo en el espacio Web3 desde principios del 2021. Antes de los NFTs he estado trabajando como ilustrador, animador y director de arte para clientes y proyectos muy distintos durante más de 10 años. En el campo del audiovisual, por ejemplo, he creado videoclips de animación para bandas de música americanas y europeas, de la mano de Universal Music y otros sellos. Y en el campo del dibujo he creado cómics y libros ilustrados. Entré en el mundo de los NFTs justo cuando conocí a Ana, a principios del 2021, que entonces ella estaba viviendo en Suiza, donde la cultura cripto es súper avanzada. De hecho, los CryptoPunks nacieron allí. ¿Verdad, Ana?
My name is Roger House. I'm from Barcelona, Spain, and I have been in Web3 space since the beginning of 2021. Before the NFTs, I worked as an illustrator, animator, art director for different clients and projects for more than 10 years. In the audiovisual field, I created animated video clips for American and European music bands. In the field of drawing, I've created comics and illustrated books. I entered the world of NFTs just when I met Anna Dard, who at the time was living in Switzerland, which is true, and where crypto culture is very advanced. True as well. In fact, the CryptoPunks were born there.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for sharing a bit about yourself, Roger. And we have two great artists here. And I heard Barcelona. You're in Barcelona. I was in Barcelona actually last month. Should have Shout out to you. But yeah, besides creating amazing art, you guys have been creating amazing, dope, beautiful art. What are your hobbies in real life, and what do you do in your downtime when you're not creating art? Because I'm curious to know. We can go to Anna first, then we go to Roger.
Sure. Very good question. I really like, as I started performing arts, I really like to go to theater, drama, dance festivals. I like to dance as well. I did contemporary dance, and actually, when I started to dance, my paintings on canvas became bigger, and I could express more this movement of consciousness and physical movement through them. I love museums. I could spend my life in the museums. I have a golden ticket for all the museums of the world. I can go for free, which is incredible. So when I travel, I'm a passionate traveler. I'm a museum traveler. I can visit like 7 museums in 2 days, and that would not be enough for me. I like doing. Ah, yeah. And speaking about the museums, maybe some highlights for someone who loves traveling. For example, in Europe, I think one of my most favorite journeys is Oslo, Norway, Vigeland Mausoleum. Incredible place, very mysterious, enchanting, a little bit dark. Also, Copenhagen, you can see pretty close to Copenhagen, you can see Louisiana Museum. And of course, in Barcelona, you have lots of incredible Gaudi stuff. And a part of that, I like doing gardening and digital fashion, actually, my big hobby, passion.
Wow, that's a lot. Dancing, museum, and fashion. That's awesome. Thanks for the alpha for sharing the museums as well. If I think I also love museums. My wife is an artist as well. But yeah, enough about me. Roger, can you share us your hobbies and what you do in your downtime?
Of course. Cuando no estoy delante de una pantalla trabajando, que es poco rato, me encanta hacer deporte. Por ejemplo, bueno, variedad de deportes en general. Bucear en el mar me encanta también. Dibujar, visitar museos y galerías de arte, como Ana. El cine, la animación, el anime. También me gusta bastante cocinar y comer sushi también.
Oh, okay. When I'm not in front of a screen working, which is a little while, I love playing sports, diving in the sea, drawing, visiting museums, art galleries, cinema, animation, anime, and he loves cooking and eating sushi.
Yo, me too. I love sushi and I love anime. I think we could totally be friends in real life. All right. You know, you guys have been visiting tons of museums. You guys are museum connoisseurs. I want to know in the NFT space, who is your favorite artist here and why? And also would like to know in real life, who is your favorite artist and biggest inspiration for your art? We can go to Anna, then to Roger.
All right. Well, I think I would like to name, speaking about an NFT space, the name of a collective or project that I really like, which is The Fabricant. It is a decentralized digital fashion house that leads the fashion industry towards a new sector of digital-only clothing. So this clothing only exists in a digital realm, and it cannot be worn physically, right? So you can use it as a filter, an app, a Snapchat, or Instagram, or in metaverse. Yeah, last year I had a pleasure to join the Fabricant Studio, which is a workshop, online workshop, in which you can become a digital fashion designer for several days, and each of the participants, and it can be anyone invited, can choose between colors and models and fabrics, and make their own combination of the dress, let's say the dress, and it becomes eternal on blockchain. I find it super exciting to see this kind of co-creation projects in which the smart contracts, actually, they introduce all of the participants, and it's eternally rewarding. Speaking about digital art, I think it wouldn't be fair if I don't say Roger House, because he's my big influence. He's a visionary and hero in digital space, and art of our time. The curious thing about him that he did not mention in his introduction is that he studied in the Academy of Fine Arts, in the same place where Joan Miró, the surrealist, learned his craft, as well as Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso, if you know, painted the painting Mademoiselle d'Avignon, and it was called after the street where Academy is. So basically, Roger has really walked the same streets and breathed the same air as some of the greatest. And speaking about the real life, I would like to mention Antoni Gaudí, who is my biggest master and guide since many years. For me, his works essential poetry in stone and a revolutionary statement. For the first time, Antonio Gaudí invited people to go to the roof of his buildings and have a walk, and you find yourself in the middle of an extraordinary spectacle of senses, like Star Wars film. And I think that Gaudí knew about metaverse more than we can imagine. If one day we spend as much time in the virtual reality as physical world, I want this reality to be the imagination of Antoni Gaudí.
For sure. Thank you so much for sharing. Gaudi, that's a great choice. And Roger being in Juan Miro, I actually went to his museum, and it's probably one of my favorite one in Barcelona. Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. Roger, how about you? Who's your favorite artist in the NFT space? Is it Anna? And also, who is your favorite artist in real life and your biggest inspiration?
Sí, Ana también lo es, por descontado. Pionera y crack. Pero realmente me es muy difícil escoger a un solo artista en concreto, porque admiro a centenares de artistas. Entonces, si tuviera que hacer el esfuerzo de quedarme con exclusivamente uno o dos, por ejemplo, diría en el ámbito de la ilustración y de la animación 2D, me quedaría con Mr. Misank. Lo admiro desde los inicios, me parece brutal. Y en el ámbito de la inteligencia artificial, quizás diría Rupe Rainisto. Los dos tienen un talento excepcional y su obra es excelente.
All right, I will translate this part. He says, yeah, Ana Dar, she's great. He used this expression in Spanish, she's a crack, which means she's cool. And then he says, it's really difficult for me to choose a specific artist because I admire hundreds of great artists. But if I had to choose just two, I would say Mr. Misank as an illustrator and animator, and in terms of AI art, in the field of AI art, that would be Rupe Rainisto. They're both exceptionally talented, and their work is excellent.
Awesome. I would. Oh, go ahead, Roger.
Sí, falta la parte de la pregunta de los artistas en real life. No sé si lo contesto ahora o después, Ana. ¿Tú qué dices?
Sí, contesta.
Bien, pues como en la pregunta anterior, no tengo tampoco un artista favorito, pero podría citar algunas buenas referencias, aunque la lista sería interminable. Por ejemplo, en el campo de la pintura, me gustan buena parte de los surrealistas del siglo pasado, como por ejemplo Salvador Dalí, Max Ernst, René Magritte, también grandes pintores como Picasso, Velázquez, Hieronymus Bosch, Mucha, Lucian Freud, Edward Hopper. Pero bueno, hay infinitos. O sea, aquí me dejó la escuela italiana, la escuela holandesa, en fin. Y en el campo de la ilustración y el anime, siempre me ha gustado mucho autores como Charles Barnes, Thomas Ott, Stefan Blanquet, Hayao Miyazaki, Akira Toriyama, Katsuhiro Otomo. Y en el ámbito del cine y la animación podríamos destacar a Alejandro Jodorowsky y Jan Svankmajer, por ejemplo.
As in the previous question, I don't have a single favorite artist, but I could cite some good references, although the complete list would be endless. In the field of painting, a good part of the surrealists of the last century, such as Salvador Dali, Max Ernst, René Magritte, also great painters such as Picasso, Velázquez, Hieronymus Bosch, Mucha, Lucian Freud, Edward Hopper, not to mention Dutch or Italian art school. In the field of illustration and anime, I've always really liked authors such as Charles Burns, Thomas Ott, Stefan Blanquet, Hayao Miyazaki, Akira Toriyama, Katsuhiro Otomo. And in traditional cinema and animation, I would highlight Alejandro Jodorowsky and Jan Svankmajer.
Awesome. What a great list. And thank you for the alpha. I'm surprised you didn't say Takashi Murakami because you're rocking a Takashi Murakami PFP. Okay, I think we can dive into the art talk. Roger and Anna, you both are founders of The Exquisite Workers, pioneering digital surrealism since 2020. Recent exhibition in Museo Picasso, and you guys hosted the largest AR art show in history. Can you tell us a little bit more about The Exquisite Workers? Anna and Roger, you feel free to jump in.
I will take this one. Well, I shall say that there are major 4 stages of the development of this project, because each year we face some transitions. But originally, the project was born online on Instagram to bring together the artists globally during the pandemic. So it's early 2020 to create together. And the base of the project was the Exquisite Corpse game. That's why we're called Exquisite Workers. Exquisite Corpse game, it's not really as scary as it sounds. For those who don't know, you take the surrealists 100 years ago, they took a piece of paper, they separated it into different parts, and someone would draw the heads, then leave little marks and conceal their contribution, then pass to the next player, and the next player would have the corpse, the body, torso to draw. Again, they would leave little marks, and then the last part, the feet, right? And eventually these little pieces of paper of the great surrealists now in global museums around the world, so real artifacts. So the idea was to bring this online, right? And the base was the Instagram grid, as you know, little squares. So each of the artists had their own space for the expression of their personal universe. And the interesting part is that they're all interconnected, right? Each of these pieces connects on the longest living piece of art. And we did this daily. Roger was the major figure in coordinating the whole process, emails for the artists, sending them templates, receiving the artworks, posting them. And then a little bit later in 2020, when we discovered NFTs, we decided this is the next stage. We need to dive into NFT space by releasing our first NFT collection. And that was the collection 504 NFT pieces of this exquisite corpse. That was a special collection with a black background. We imagined that we traveled to space, and the idea was that each of the collectors could combine them in different ways because they fit perfectly, right? And they could make like combo 3 for their Twitter header, for example, or just print at home. And it went super well. We were in front page of OpenSea. And also, it's very important to say that over 200 artists took part in this journey. And for many, it was their genesis, right? For the first time, they did NFTs. And it means a lot for us as curators, because you just come to the artist and say, hey, would you like to make your NFT for the first time, 2021? That was big. And then the third stage was to connect our work online with physical world. We started to do physical exhibitions, right? With not only NFT specific shows like NFT NYC, we were nominated to different awards there. We exhibited there. In China was also the first NFT exhibition. We took parts like in many, but also such shows like COP26. It was we led the first NFT exhibition for climate. It was a physical space by United Nations in collaboration with UN Habitat and also Picasso Museum. It was huge for us. And for the artists who participated there, beautiful. And then the summer 2023 arrives. And yes, we did the largest AI art show with 100 AI artists. And it was all about surrealism, AI surrealism. And something I would like to say answering this question, why surrealism, why we're speaking so much about, because there is a parallelism between exploring the depths of the subconscious, mysterious, untamed realm and working with the eye, right? Both originate from a magical hidden place and carry on an element of surprise upon completion, right? And for many, the world of dreams and the workings of technology remain captivating and unexplainable, inexplicable, adding a touch of magic to our lives. So yeah, we answering short, Exquisite Workers as a collective, it is a platform, it is a gallery and ecosystem, right? By creators, for creators.
I love it. And you answered it really beautiful as well, like talking about surrealism. I could listen to Anna all day. I think she chooses, she's been cooking this. She's been preparing her answers. It's beautiful. And it's also really amazing to hear that you are also empowering artists and creating them a platform to create this beautiful surreal art. But I wanted to know as well, how did you guys get into AI art? When did you guys get to know it? Tell us a little bit about this. Roger, do you want to go for it?
Yes, for sure. Mi primera experiencia con la inteligencia artificial fue en el 2015. Google lanzó una aplicación muy simple que se llamaba Google Deep Dream, la cual te generaba una obra a partir de una imagen que tú subías. La experiencia fue bastante aleatoria, ya que no había ninguna manera de introducir prompts ni de poder modificar el resultado, pero recuerdo que me fascinó el resultado. O sea, ya se veía algo súper impresionante, ya que el algoritmo reinterpretaba la imagen de una manera muy, muy psicodélica. Aparecían como cabezas de animales, muchos ojos. Pero bueno, en serio fue en la primavera del 2022. Empecé a crear obra con Disco Diffusion, un poco más tarde con Dalí, luego ya vino el Midjourney y por último Stable Diffusion.
My first experience with artificial intelligence was in 2015, pretty early. Google launched a very simple application called Google Deep Dream, which generated an AI work from an uploaded image. The experience was very random since there was still no way to enter prompts, but I remember that I was fascinated by the result because the algorithm reinterpreted the image in a very psychedelic and crazy way. And seriously, in the spring of 2022, I started creating work with Disco Diffusion, a little later with DALL-E 2. Midjourney, and finally Stable Diffusion.
Wow. Awesome, awesome. 2015, and but seriously doing it 2022. So we can see the time and effort, and that it all shows in your beautiful art. And speaking about your art, Roger, you have such a distinct art style with your AI. It kind of has this manga, anime a bit. Can you tell us a little bit more, a little bit more about your recent AI collection titled High, and tell us the story behind these beautiful yet dark art collection?
Pues sí, a raíz de mi gusto por el manga y el anime, empecé a experimentar con el Midjourney, con este tipo de estética, ¿no? Más así nipona. Y a base de horas y horas de práctica y de ensayo-error, empecé a obtener buenos resultados. Entonces decidí ocupar el hueco que había en el nicho del AI manga, porque realmente no había demasiada obra en este estilo, y empecé a crear mi colección High, que hasta la fecha ya cuenta con más de 400 NFTs y 4 ediciones, más una edición especial de Highbots, donde rindo homenaje a los pioneros de la robótica y de la inteligencia artificial, que estos para mí son... También deberían ser considerados artistas, porque realmente crear todos estos algoritmos me parece arte.
All right. As a result of my love for manga and anime, I began to experiment with this type of aesthetic, and after hours and hours of practice on Midjourney and trial error, I began to obtain good results. I decided to fill the gap in the manga niche, and I started creating my High collection, which today has more than 400 NFTs. High has 4 editions plus a special edition of High Bots, where I pay tribute to the pioneers of robotics and artificial intelligence. For me, they are the true artists. They should be considered as artists. And I want to add from myself, as I know well the collections of Roger. For those who don't know High, it is High is a manga which blends manga with other art styles through the use of artificial intelligence. And High not only reflects the Japanese word of yes, or I understand, but also references AI within the title, right? And I find it fascinating.
That's smart, actually. And hi, gracias, Anna, for translating. Roger, it's amazing, and I didn't know you love anime as much. We'll talk more in the DMs, and I could share you my anime list. But thank you so much for sharing, Roger. I also wanted to talk with you, Anna. You as well. You're creating beautiful AI art. My wife loves it. I showed your AI dolls. She's like, "Oh, it's super cute." Can you tell us more about this cute collection and why you went with this approach?
Oh, I'm so happy you like them. Thank you. Well, first, I discovered, like, seriously as well, AI when I submitted last summer to Clear AI contest, and I became one of the top 3 winners, and I took really seriously. As I said before, I painted a lot, and that was the moment for me to dedicate daily hours to explore the technology. And speaking about all adults, this is super fun. I did not plan this collection because I was working on another one, which is No Sun, No Name, which are beautiful female portraits of like cyborgs, creamy tones, abstract colors. My genesis on foundation, actually, and that was a mistake in the prompting, and I saw these dolls. And I wanted to give it a try. There is this expression that the mistakes, they almost all the time have the secret sense, right? We shouldn't deny them. And so Hola dolls. Hola is hi in Spanish and Catalan. In this collection, these dolls salute you, greet you with AI imagined perfumes or fragrances, right? And in this collection, you have these little creatures, girlish looking dolls, and in the title you have the kind of like little storytelling, some reference to something which can smell, right, or something that conjure your imagination up to create your sensory journey, your own, in Spanish. And then in description it says it smells like, and you have the translation in English, right? So I think it's one of the very few collections in Spanish language. And until now, there were about 160 dolls. This morning was beautiful because I discovered that Murad Pak collected again 5 dolls. So now he has 10 in collection. And in this pinkish Barbie looking collection, I have only 4 dolls left. Plus I have special dolls. And each time when you get the special traits, which are about 10% of all the dolls that I collect, that I created until now, you enter the giveaway of a special doll. Yeah, and one more thing, when we speak about all the dolls, the real story of the dolls starts when you collect them, because this is your storytelling that you create for yourself, right, based on your experiences, your imagination. Yeah, this is when the dolls start to live.
Amazing. Hola dolls. I love the name, and I also love the surrealist yet very cute yet trippy take on this. It's really cool. So guys, check it out. Hola dolls, and congrats on Murad Pak for sweeping it a bit. Man, he's an OG for sure. Guys, I also would love to talk about, because I'm also curious on AI art. I have been dabbling here and there, but can you share us the process of making this beautiful AI art from A to Z? How would you create an AI art collection? What tools do you use? And yeah, we could start there. I know Anna started with making mistakes or something, but yeah, maybe we could start with Roger.
Pues sí, como todo proyecto, todo nace de una idea. Entonces, a partir de esta idea, hay que ir pensando y visualizando la colección, ¿no? En mi caso, para crear High, tenía muy claro que la colección estaría formada por distintas ediciones en las que en el futuro se pudiera ir visualizando el proceso entre las diferentes estéticas de cada edición. Me gustaba la idea de que High fuera como un testimonio de las capacidades de la tecnología AI a través del tiempo, porque cada vez que va cambiando el algoritmo, los resultados son distintos. Entonces, no es la misma estética una obra de High 1 que de High 4. Entonces, esto me parece interesante y desde un principio ya me gustó como delimitar, ¿no?, las estéticas en ediciones. Y bueno, antes, como Ana ha comentado, High es una declaración de intenciones favorable a la inteligencia artificial, ya que High en japonés significa sí. Además, ahí está dentro del nombre, ¿no? Hay que decir que cuando empecé esta colección había una opinión bastante contraria a la inteligencia artificial, entonces me gustó cómo posicionarme con un sí rotundo. También es curioso mencionar que el logo, que está escrito en japonés, también se lee correctamente con la escritura occidental, cosa que me pareció casi mágica. Y en el aspecto de la creación, pues utilizo exclusivamente Midjourney. Para obtener las obras, en Midjourney se puede usar de distintas maneras la aplicación. La primera es convirtiendo texto a imagen, ¿no? Es el prompting. Luego se pueden mezclar imágenes entre ellas para conseguir obras nuevas. Y la tercera es mezclando estas dos opciones, un poco de prompts y imágenes. En mi caso, en High, uso exclusivamente texto. Luego sí que es verdad que para acabar de definir algún detalle o pulir algún error, hay un poco de edición en Procreate o Photoshop.
All right. like any project, everything is born with an idea. From this idea, you have to think and visualize the collection. In my case, I create Hi collection, and it was clear that the collection would be made up of different editions, in which in the future the process between the different aesthetics of each edition could be visualized. I like the idea of Hi being a testament to the capabilities of AI technology over time, because each time the algorithm changes, you cannot go back to the same results that you had previously, right? It's like it's done. This is it, right? So the Hi first is different to Hi 4. The name Hi is a declaration of intentions in favor of artificial intelligence, since Hi in Japanese means yes, and AI is also part of the name. When I started this collection, AI was criticized a lot, and I wanted to position myself with a round yes. It is curious that the logo is written in Japanese and also reads correctly as Hi in Western writing. On the creation side, I exclusively use Midjourney to obtain works. AI can be used in different ways. Sorry, convert text to image, mix images between them to obtain a new work, even mixing text with images. In my case, in Hi Collection, I use pure text to create my works, although little extra of editing in Procreate or in Photoshop is almost always necessary.
Awesome. Of course, you are also previously an illustrator, and mixing with your skills and working together with AI. Such a cool process to see, and yeah, I would love to see those prompts. I'm kidding. I know that's your secret sauce. Anna, do you want to share your process as well?
Yeah, I will give you my prompt. Okay. Oh, okay. I also use Midjourney, and curiously, I had this a narration. What's the word when you really admire? Well, since I'm a watercolor painter, I really wanted to to venerate this mistakes or like, and I would use exclusively text to image first, and the result that I had, I did not edit anything. We call it raw AI art, right? So the major part of my works, this was it, right? Pure raw art. And but also as I advanced with all of those, and yeah, I also saw the how the technology was developing. I couldn't create the same dolls that I created a couple of months ago. Now they became more complex. Post editing is a part of the creation process for many artists. So you can repaint certain areas. Now you can do it actually in Midjourney, which is very easy. You can adjust colors and composition on Procreate or Photoshop. You can combine multiple AI generated images in a single work if you wish. Yeah, some artists in AI space, they do that to ensure that the final artwork aligns with their vision. And also something very important is the curation, because when you have hundreds and hundreds of images, you need to choose to select to take the final decisions. And for me, the titles and descriptions are the art as well. They're part of the artwork. They cannot exist one without another. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, I just knew new terms, raw and raw AI. Yeah, that's new to me. And I wanted to talk about Roger mentioned previously AI art was kind of a bit like no, right? And then you're making hi as a way for people to say yes and accept this movement. Let's talk about the AI community and collectors. I know there's this kind of growing community and collectors, right? How are they like, and how are they building the AI art space? I know you are also part of this movement. Yeah, maybe we can go to Roger for this one. How is the community and how is the collectors?
Pues realmente creo que la comunidad y los coleccionistas no es tan distinta como podría ser el mercado tradicional, ¿no? Cómo se comporta el mercado tradicional. Quiero decir, cada producto tiene su público y un mercado potencial. Entonces, yo en mi caso, que me centro en la estética anime-manga, pues apunto a un público objetivo que le guste el manga, ¿no? Y la inteligencia artificial, claro. Entonces, creo que esto funciona así. Los grandes coleccionistas acostumbran a comprar obra bastante parecida. Entonces, sí, es verdad, nosotros también al hacer el AI Surrealism, ahí también tuvimos que ejercer un poco de coleccionistas y al final te das cuenta de esto. Bueno, me estoy enrollando mucho. Ana, corto.
Okay, I think that as in the traditional market, each product has its own audience and potential market. So, for example, in my case, I have focused on anime and manga aesthetics. My target audience is the collectors with this particular taste, right? Normally, big collectors tend to collect works in the same style or genre. And yeah, we saw the same with AI Surrealism. And within the collection of AI Surrealism, we had AI photography, we had illustration, and you see these tendencies, right? When the certain taste manifested.
Got it, got it. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, there's so many different kinds of AI art, right? And I'm actually also bullish on AI art. So I wanted to know, what do you see emerging from the AI tech in the future? Do you think AI movies, music, are they going to come in the near future? What do you think about the future of AI? To Roger or Anna, feel free to jump in. Maybe we can go to Roger first. Yeah.
Ok. Sí, nosotros también estamos bastante bullish con el AI y creo que el futuro realmente ya lo estamos viviendo ahora. No hay que esperar demasiado. Por ejemplo, hace poco McDonald's lanzó un anuncio 100% hecho con inteligencia artificial y era espectacular. La verdad, no parecía inteligencia, parecía pues rodado, ¿no? Con actores reales. Coca-Cola también vi que ha lanzado un diseño de una lata hecho con inteligencia artificial. O sea que las grandes empresas ya están aplicando esta tecnología, ¿no? En sus procesos. Y realmente creo que esta tecnología entrará fuerte en la industria, quizás no con toda la fuerza con la que podremos ver en unos pocos años, pero yo lo veo como un acelerador de procesos creativos, ya que desde la conceptualización de una idea hasta el acabado final se puede usar perfectamente.
We are very bullish too, Roger says. I believe that we are already living the future now. For example, McDonald's recently launched an advertisement made 100% with AI. It was impressive. Coca-Cola has also launched a can design made with AI. I truly believe that technology is already being used in the creative industry in general, maybe not with all the strengths that we will be able to see in a few years, but I really see it as an accelerator of creative processes, since from the conceptualization of an idea to the final finish of it, AI now can be used in a very interesting way.
Amazing. Anna, do you want to add to it as well?
Yeah, well, I think that AI is really, when you use AI in art or in any industry, it's a sort of healing experience. I don't know. I have this feeling that it goes hand in hand with the NFT technology, because we're digitally reimagining ourselves, right? With AI, I hope that we will see less people getting distracted, with negative thoughts and choosing admiration towards themselves and the world. And why I'm saying this, because when you create with AI, it is very pure. There are no judgment at all, right? And I think that with AI, we're living in a new era of exploration for humanity, right? And when machine and human come together, there is this human making choices, right? Expressing the unique story, creating what the tools provide you with, so you learn to listen, right? You learn to kind of react on what's happening. And I do hope that this accessible no-code tool will be used with the people and planet in mind, preserving our cultural legacies. I think we should all come together to understand this new reality of AI, because we're arriving to this epochal moment before the next leap into the universe in which humans and tech merge.
For sure. We're already here. Yeah, the future is already now, right? The future is now, and we're already experiencing it. We are purchasing AI art. We are creating AI art. It's amazing. Um, so yeah, guys, I think I have two more questions. So before I have these closing questions, for those who are still here, don't forget to like, retweet, comment your reason why you're bullish on NFTs and Web3. Don't forget, because we have a giveaway from TC as well. And also be sure to follow, of course, follow Roger, follow Anna here, who are legends, and our new The OMAKASE Show account on X. TC just made it earlier today. He wants to share it today. So please give it a follow, give it a like. And yeah, for the closing questions, my next question is, what are you guys working on next? Can you guys share any alphas or leaks? Can you share us a little bit what you're working in the near future? To Roger first.
For sure. Lo que viene, alfa, noticia alfa, vale, pues estoy preparando High 5, creo que estará listo a finales de octubre, si todo va bien. Y también estoy preparando un par de proyectos con mi alter ego de AI Photographer, Time Traveler AI. Van a salir mediados, finales de octubre. También este año he pensado que sería buena idea hacer un calendario con las mejores obras del proyecto High, pero calendario real, o sea, para el 2024.
Okay, so High 5 is coming. He says High 5 plus a couple of projects with his... no, I will translate from the first person. A couple of projects with my alter ego AI photographer called Time Traveler AI. This project will come out, if everything goes fine, around October. And I also plan to design a wall calendar, physical calendar, with a selection of the best high works for 2024. That's cool.
That sounds amazing. And High 5 sounds like that's the name, right? High 5. We've been waiting for that. And how about you, Anna? Ola Dolls.
Yeah. I actually want to explore dark dolls. Black and red, and yeah. If anyone wants to send me DMs with some ideas how these dolls might smell, like what kind of fragrance they might be like, please do. And also, as we created this giant AI surrealism collection, I would like to show it more to the world. This June we were for 1 month, we've been working with Super Chief Gallery NFT, and we showcased the whole collection in New York and the Oculus. Right yeah, it was incredible. And so my idea as a curator, to give more light to this collection is legendary. It goes already outside of Twitter. We promote it on Instagram, Pinterest, speaking about all adults, I also started to speak about them and with my traditional art collectors. When they purchase some physical artwork, my watercolors or art prints, I just put a little postcard with Oladol, so they start to get acquainted. And also, for the next year, speaking about the calendars, we at Exquisite Workers, we collaborate with Seattle NFT Museum, and we participate in their calendar as well, physical calendar. We're onboarded about 20 artists from our collective, and in this calendar there are 365 pages, and in each page you will have one different artist, NFT artist, and we will be there as well.
That's awesome. Amazing. So there you have it, guys. If you're in Seattle, be sure to check them out. Be sure to check out Exquisite Workers. Don't forget to follow that account as well. High Five and Dark Dolls. That's coming soon. I'm personally bullish, and I've also been interested in exploring AI. I've been making some, I think the community, the NFT community have been exploring this as well, right? And I've been creating, manga art for my CloneX. Got featured by Artifact creators. Shout out to the Artifact creators. And I'm currently building this little thing called AI Evangelion with an AI. It's like an AI mecha tech, little thing that I'm trying to make. For people like me who are new and keen to explore, what is your biggest advice for us newbies, Roger and Anna?
Suena muy bien el nombre y el proyecto, o sea que estaré pendiente. Te deseo mucha suerte por adelantado. Y mis 3 consejos principales serían práctica, constancia y búsqueda de la excelencia. Práctica es lo más importante, porque creo que en mi caso he generado más de 40.000 obras, de las cuales pues al final te quedas con unas 500 o 600.
The project sounds really great. I'll be watching. I wish you lots of luck. My 3 main pieces of advice, that would be practice. In my case, I have generated more than 40,000 AI works, in which only about 500, 600 end up being selected. Then consistency and search for excellence.
Thank you. Practice, and I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much, Roger. Anna, do you have any advice for me?
Yeah,
for everyone, obviously.
Well, you can show me your work personally, and I can give you more personalized advice. But
yes, please,
for everyone,
yes,
that this saying that you need to practice 10,000 hours, right, to master some skill. Yeah, I think it has a lot of sense when you work with AI. Also think that it's necessary to have trusted friends with good criteria before launching your collection. You can ask them for their opinion, and you probably will discover that some pieces you might want to replace them with others, right? Or maybe with titles. Yeah, good friends are very, very important, right? In this process of preparation. Also, what worked for me as a curator is to go on Twitter, see what kind of artists are in space, and go to their profile, for example, in Foundation, check their profiles and see how many works they minted, which works were sold, why. Try to guess what differentiate these works with others, right? To have this when you travel, you can go on guiding tour and you have a bunch of information from the start, and then you start to navigate through the through the city, right, on your own terms. So that would be probably the advice, to make a map, right, of AI art space, to build the taste, right, to have this eye for the excellence, as Roger said. And also, if you are about to start with AI art, you might want to make a list of, let's say, 10 artists or photographers or creators that you admire from, let's say, from the past. Then make 10 things, list of 10 things that characterize your personal world, such as hobbies, books, movies, music. And then finally, you can make a list of 10 things that you dream about, whether it's traveling to a new place or achieving a particular goal or something else entirely. And now take all these lists and mix them together, right? And use them as inspiration for creating a piece of art or series of works. And AI, it's all about your personal world, really. So shine it, make it bright, right, and be different.
That's awesome, Anna. Friends, research, and shine for sure. Thank you so much, Anna, for sharing. Those are my questions. Thank you so much for sharing all your stories. Really excited for your works ahead, and keep on doing what you do. Keep on creating, building here in Web3, in Web2, and empowering artists with AI. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Roger House, Anna, for being being here at OMAKASE show. Guys, be sure to follow these legends, and yeah, get hyped. TC, do you want to have do you have any questions or any closing statements, perhaps? Oh yeah, again,
Yes.
I want to say
Uh-huh.
sorry. I want to say gracias,
Oh, carry on.
Anna, for translating. You're such a great translator. Oh my God, wow, gracias. It was perfecto. I hope that was some pretty good Spanish for me. Yeah, TC, over to you.
Yeah, I just want to say, how are we not bullish on NFTs, right? Not just bullish because you guys are so talented, but it's also about how you guys are so established with traditional skills, but also seeing the opportunity in AI and would love to explore. It's a revolution, it's a dimension. It's just like all these go through art history, fine art, and then go into Dadaism, how they think out of the box and try different things. So really appreciate Roger and Anna, you two coming up tonight, and also onboarding so many artists, giving them so many opportunities to showcase their works, especially to galleries, museums out there. They are so well established. In Web3, we're always talking about bringing the mass, but to be honest, art is one of the directions that are actually executing, doing, and showcasing. When it comes to Anna, what you mentioned about AI is just your inner world and let it shine, it touched my heart. There's a lot might comment about AI, but AI is basically a concept. It's a concept to access, just to expose yourself. I mean, in a good way. Um, I got a message from one of these artists, emerging artists, who was actually working on his way as well. He told me that he normally don't get too frustrated, that recently because of economy, different issues, that he's not doing quite well. He actually needs to seek help when it comes to mental health and etc. And I'm sure that a lot of artists out there, they are suffering the same different problems. Given that the dynamics in Web3 and seeing a lot of different talented artists, they definitely feel defeated or feel lost. So if there's anyone out there, definitely reach out to Roger and Anna. I'm sure that they will be around um, to have the time to guide you and exactly practice, keep exploring. Thank you, Roger and Anna. It's amazing how we have different languages appearing on the Omakase show. We have Cantonese, Chinese, Spanish, English, Japanese, Korean. in Indonesian, and it's crazy. I mean, like, that's why we bullish on NFTs, because it's not about where we are, it's not about who we are, but about believing in this space and to trust that we could actually deliver value, and in a way that explore the things that we couldn't even imagine. So thank you so much, Roger and Anna.
Thanks, guys.
Right, before we have a wrap, we have a guest coming up.
We also
Hey,
have
hello,
an
hello.
artist in the house. Zaid.
Hola, buenos días, Roger. No sabía que hablabas español. Me da mucho gusto oír tu historia. Me encanta tu arte y ya sabes, tengo como 7 piezas tuyas. Pero nada más quería aquí subirte aquí y decirte que me encanta tu arte y aquí darte tus, ¿cómo se dice? Tus flowers, como se dice en inglés.
Muchas gracias, Zaid. Ostras, un honor. Sí, sé que eres coleccionista, tío, y yo también soy súper fan de tu obra desde hace años, o sea que muchísimas gracias por subir y por los cumplidos. Es mutuo. Eres un crack.
Sushi.
Would you like me to translate?
I can translate. I know English well. I just came up here to give Rogers his flowers. I'm a collector of his work. I love his work, and yeah, just I didn't know he knew Spanish, so it was kind of refreshing to come up here and speak Spanish. But yeah, just wanted to come say hi real quick and just give him his flowers.
For sure. Gracias for the flowers, Zaid. Gracias for coming up. That's a Spanish I know, and hola and perdón. But thank you so much for coming here, man, jumping in and tuning into our Omakase show. Roger, Anna again, and also everybody here. I see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting the Omakase show. AI art, whatever art, any art. We're here for the art, for the culture, for the community. Keep on building, be positive, keep on creating, and I know it's we're gonna make it if we all love our year. TC, do you want to do the closing statement as usual? Do you want to announce?
Yes. For those who just joined us tonight for the first time, we go live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Singapore time. Diverse communities together. At the same time, we put our creators and builders first. So without further ado, Sushi, would you drop those bars while we farewell our guest?
All right. See you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And have a GAGE, wherever you are. Peace.